For number 1, this is the part 2 multiple choice section of the geometry final exam. It says here that LN is a length of 34. MN is a length of 9. So I need to find LM. So I just subtract the two numbers to get the LM. So 34 minus 9 gives me 25. So B. Number 2, ray BD bisects angle ABC. Right, so if ray BD bisects angle ABC, then these two are congruent. The measure of angle ABC, the whole angle, is 52. And so I just need to divide this by 2, cut it in half, to get ABD, this angle here. And if I divide by 2, we get 26 degrees. Let's see. In number 3, angle X is complementary to angle Z. So complementary means 90 degrees. So I would just take angle X and I would subtract that from 27. And if I subtract that, we get 63, which would be D. In number 4, it says that line AZ is perpendicular to line CD, which creates 90-degree angles all right through here. So here it says that angle ABE is 6x. And EBD is 3x plus 9. These have to be added together to equal 90, since we know that that's 90 here. So 6x plus 3x plus 9 equals 90. Okay, so now I go ahead and I can combine like terms. Subtract the 9, I get 81, and if I divide by 9, I get 9. Okay, so that's X. But it says that we have to find the measure of angle ABE. So I need to plug the 9 back into this X right here. So 6 times 9 is 54 degrees. So that's A. Okay. In number 5, it says write the converse of the statement. If a quadrilateral is a square, then all the sides are congruent. So the converse is where you take the then part and you make it the if. And then the if part becomes a then. So you're just switching these around. So I need to know if all of the sides are congruent in a quadrilateral, then the quadrilateral is a square. So if all the sides are congruent, so this says not congruent, so that's not what we need. If all the sides are congruent, if and only if, okay, well, if and only if is a biconditional, so that can't be it. If all the sides are congruent, then a quadrilateral is a square. So it has to be C. Over here I know it's not D because it has that word not in it. Okay, so we don't want that. Okay, number 6. I want to know what statement B is compared to statement A. So if Jim is traveling to China, then he will need a passport. If Jim needs a passport, then he is traveling to China. So they just flipped this then and the if around. And so that would be converse. Okay. In number 7, it says make a valid conclusion from the statements below. If the pitcher throws a strike, then the team will win the game. If the team wins the game, they will advance to the championship. So in this particular problem, we see that the then of the first statement is the same thing as the if of the second statement. If these match up, then your conclusion is if the pitcher throws a strike, then they will advance to the championship. So it looks like B. In number 8, we have this angle ABC equals DEF. Okay, well then the angle DEF equals GHI. And so what happens, since these are the same, we know that these two are the same, which are right here, and that's the transitive property B. In number 9, we have alternate interior angles. So both of these are 120, so that's just C. In number 10, we have same side interior. So to get X, you would subtract 52 from 180. So 128 degrees, so A. In number 11, these are corresponding angles, so they are congruent. So I would say X plus 25 equals 34. And then if I subtract 25, X equals 9.